Hey, real talk before we dive in. The first time you hear the Sonos Arc Ultra, there's this moment where you realize everything you thought was good enough just wasn't enough. This is for the kind of person who notices detail, not just loudness, but depth, clarity, and presence. You've lived with flat TV audio long enough to know when something feels alive rather than just audible. Before anything else, check the current price and stock. Systems this capable don't linger quietly at the same price forever. You know that feeling when dialogue sounds distant, music feels hollow, and explosions have no impact? You've adapted, paused volume sliders, and tried to convince yourself it's fine. Somewhere along the line you realized that compromise wasn't okay anymore. That's when you knew you were ready for something that doesn't fight for attention, but owns the space. The first time the Arc Ultra fills your room, that tension dissolves. Atmos lifts sound around you in a way that feels natural instead of simulated. Voices land in front of you without shouting over music. Subtle effects that you barely noticed before now sit at the edge of your awareness, bringing scenes to life instead of just filling silence. Once you experience that kind of immersion, less just feels flat. Imagine settling in for a movie night where each shift of perspective feels real, not squashed into your TV frame. Imagine music that doesn't just play, but resonates with emotion and clarity. Even everyday shows become more engaging when dialogue and ambience finally sit in their own space. That feeling of complete sound presence isn't something you describe with numbers, you feel it. If this is on your radar, check the price and availability now. Waiting for stock or price swings usually means you end up paying more or missing your moment. You might ask if this is overkill for your room. That hesitation usually fades fast. Once your ears remember what true surround sound feels like, anything flatter begins to feel like a compromise. This isn't about excess, it's about finally matching your expectations with performance. One thing that really surprises people is how naturally balanced everything feels. You don't get overwhelmed sub-bass or shouty mids. It's composed, intentional, and it rewards focus instead of punishing distraction. Sound that feels alive in your space, dialogue that always stays clear, music that actually moves you every moment feels intentional. Your setup finally feels complete. It isn't the cheapest audio solution, and it's not the smallest piece of gear you could own. But those realities aren't drawbacks, they're proof of something engineered with purpose. At some point, you break out of the comparison loop. You don't endlessly scan alternatives because you realize the one you already wanted is right here. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and look back on wishing you'd acted sooner. Check price and stock now, and when you're ready for sound that truly matches what you see and feel, this is the upgrade that finally makes every moment richer.